And we're oh my god, my glasses. Hey guys, it's Savannah, and today I'm going to be doing a book comparison. Recently I have read 2 James Patterson books. Wanted to compare and contrast them because they're similar, but then the way I felt reading about them was really different. I'm going to be talking about Now You See Her and Kill Me If You Can, both by James Patterson. I read Now You See Her back in I think the summertime, and I read Kill Me If You Can last month. In both of these novels I noticed certain things were common in the writing style and the way the book was actually laid out. Both books had really small chapters. I'm talking like 2 to 4 pages. Some were even like half a page. Both just really short chapters, which I think is very easy to go through. Helps the story go along in some cases. With dual point of views, you get like a consistency with when one narrator is going to stop and then one is going to begin. And with both of these, they kind of shift in odd places. Both were really short and sweet. I think they're about 370 pages. I'm gonna start with Now You See Her. And Now You See Her is basically about a woman who is a successful lawyer, but then her past kind of catches up to her when an innocent man is thought to be guilty of a crime, and she is involved with it. And she goes back to Florida. Her past is dredged up. Her name is Nina. I really connected with her character. I think she had a lot of redeeming qualities for trying to help this man out and trying to make right out of a wrong situation that happened in her past. And I thought that was a very redeeming quality, although some things she wasn't the smartest about. I think in this book the short chapters really helped out because it moved the story along faster, and it moved the story along into flashbacks a lot easier. This book is predominantly made of flashbacks, and without that element I feel the book wouldn't have been anything special. Sometimes the book would turn into a different point of view that wasn't Nina's, and it did it at odd places. It did it like once or twice towards the end, and I just think that James Patterson doesn't have like a consistency sometimes with the way he wants to write something. In Gone Girl, it's a shifting perspective of Nick and Amy throughout the whole book, and you see both of their sides, but with this book you see mostly Nina's, and then you'll also see someone else's point of view towards the end. I like this book a lot because it had an interesting viewpoint, and I felt that it was sort of a mystery more than a thriller that I think a lot of his books are. They're mainly action, but I thought this book was mysterious in a lot of ways, and that's something that I really enjoy reading about. Like with some mystery books, it's really predictable, and I think this one is really predictable. I predicted a lot of things that were going to happen, but I do feel it was a fun read. I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars, or 4.5. But I really enjoyed it. I'm going to switch over to talk about Kill Me If You Can. This book is about a man who finds some diamonds in a train station locker during an attack. Plays out that people want to kill him to get the diamonds back, and he's on the run with the diamonds, but then he doesn't know that they're chasing him, so then it turns into like a thriller. There's also like mystery elements because you don't essentially know who's trying to kill him at first. I really like the premise of this book. That's really what drew me in, and I felt that it lacked a lot of things. In this book there was definitely no consistency of point of views, and that really bothered me because I began getting super confused who was talking. There was a lot of names of people who weren't essentially really useful to the storyline. The book shift point of views like almost every 2 chapters. One chapter main character, another chapter main character, switch to someone else, switch to someone else, main character again, and I didn't like the way it came across in the book. And like I said, the short chapters in Now You See Her really benefited the story, but in Kill Me If You Can, it hurt the story, I felt, because a lot of things were cut off mid-thought, and then it just jumped into another point of view, and then it continued later on. It was almost as if they weren't completing a scene or a thought in one chapter. They would make it last like 3 or 4, and kind of like Now You See Her, it was super predictable, but didn't even want to finish the story because it was so predictable. And there was like a twist in like the first part of part 2, and I was like, oh, I guess I don't really care that much about this twist, but yeah, I guess that is a twist. I couldn't connect with the main character because of the things he was doing. He felt like this certain entitlement to the diamonds, but which I guess you can kind of see later on in the story. And with Kill Me If You Can, I gave it 1.5 stars because I really did not like it. It was almost a pain to even finish, but I was like, I'm gonna get through this, and I'm gonna read a different book, and we're gonna be good. if I had to say anything about these two James Patterson books, I feel like they are really good books to try and start reading if you're in a reading slump, because they're super fast, they're super easy. You may end up enjoying one of them or even disliking one and end up getting into another book that you really enjoy because this one was so shitty. I moved the camera for this end screen. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you plan on picking up either of these two, let me know, or if you've read another James Patterson book and find similar things that I said as well, let me know. I also encourage you to do book comparisons as well from authors that you've read. I plan on reading both of Gillian Flynn's other books and seeing how they compare to Gone Girl, and I'm gonna mention Gone Girl in like all my videos, so be expecting that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Okay, so it is currently 2 o'clock in the morning and I decided I'm gonna film a video because why not? And I was like, maybe I should actually do something with my hair because I